a journey where you might hardly survive. Would you like to go on such a journey? Well, this is the journey of a train that is going to take you not to your destination, but to hell. Fasten your seatbelts, because this train's journey has now begun. At the beginning of the story, we are shown an American athletic group that has come to Europe for their wrestling matches. Among them, one player is named Todd, his girlfriend's name is Alex, and they have two friends named Claire and Sheldon. They are accompanied by their coach, Harris, and his assistant, Willie. They have all come for a European championship where Todd wins his first match, but his girlfriend Alex loses hers. After losing the match, his girlfriend is upset and makes up her mind to quit wrestling. Right after this, we are directly shown a scene from the changing room where Todd and Sheldon are present. Just then, the same player whom Todd had defeated in his first wrestling match arrives there. He invites Todd to a party happening tonight. At first, Todd refuses because he isn't interested, but Todd's friend Sheldon accepts the invitation, forcing Todd to agree as well. After this, they all stay at a hotel where their coach Harris tells everyone about tomorrow's match, explaining that it is in another city and they have to catch a 7:00 a.m. train for it. Therefore, everyone needs to sleep early tonight. However, none of them take their coach's words seriously. As soon as night falls, Todd, his girlfriend Alex, and their two friends Sheldon and Claire sneak out to go to the party. But before they can leave, the coach's assistant, Willie, spots them while sitting by the window. At that moment, everyone thinks that perhaps none of them will be able to go to the party now, but Willie turns out to be ready to join them because he wanted to party too. So they all head out to the party together. They enjoy themselves at the party for a long time, after which Todd asks everyone to head back because morning is approaching and they need to return in time. However, just then, Todd gets into a fight with the same opponent he had defeated in the previous match. Because of this, they get delayed in returning and end up missing their train. Since they missed the train, the coach gets very angry with them because he had warned everyone the previous night to leave on time. Despite that, they missed it. The coach also gets furious with his assistant Willie. Afterwards, the coach inquires about the next train from a ticket collector present there. But due to a language barrier, they face a lot of trouble. Just then, a lady arrives named Dr. Velislava. She approaches the coach and says that the train she is traveling on also goes to their destination, and they can purchase the tickets inside the train itself. Following this, Dr. Velislava takes them all to that very train, where the coach meets the train's ticket collector. The collector sends two workers with them to show them to their seats and asks everyone for their passports while on the train. This is where the twist in the story comes in, as those two workers are shown burning everyone's passports. Following this, we are shown Claire going to the washroom, where she senses someone else's presence and sees the face of a man who is half burned. Meanwhile, Willie is also wandering around the train, where he spots an old man coughing up blood. Now, one thing to notice here is that all the passengers present on the train appear to be very wealthy, yet they all suffer from some kind of illness or disease. On the other hand, Coach Harris is shown eating his food when Dr. Velislava approaches him and starts talking to him. The coach ends up drinking a bit too much, and due to the heavy drinking, he becomes intoxicated. Dr. Velislava takes advantage of this and leads him into a room with her. There, she injects him with a sedative. When the coach regains consciousness, he finds himself in the train's operating theater, where someone is harvesting his body parts and torturing him. Meanwhile, back on the train, everyone else is playing truth or dare to pass the time, where Todd gets a dare that he must go to the very end of the train without any clothes on. He accepts the challenge and starts heading toward the back of the train completely naked. He reaches the very last section, which is a machinery room that is extremely dark. Seeing the darkness, Todd starts to head back, but as soon as he turns around, a nail pierces his foot, causing him immense pain. Just then, a strange man appears in that room and slowly begins to advance toward Todd. Todd tries to stop him with a rod, but the man approaches him and starts beating him with that very same rod, eventually driving it straight into Todd's shoulder. Left severely injured, Todd loses consciousness right there. When Todd does not return even after a long wait, Alex goes to the back of the train herself to look for him. She doesn't find Todd there, but the train's ticket collector arrives, and Alex begins telling him about Todd's disappearance. He tells Alex that Todd must be around here somewhere, and that if he doesn't show up by tomorrow morning, he will look for him with his workers. For now, he tells her to go and get some sleep. Alex agrees with him and leaves. Right then, Todd is shown inside the same operating theater on the train where the coach was tortured. Now, Dr. Velislava is doing something to Todd's body parts as well, after which she calls in a lady who is a wealthy passenger on the train whose child has failing eyesight. Following this, we are shown the scene of the next morning, where Todd has still not returned to them. Because of this, they all gather to knock on the coach's room door, but when the door doesn't open, they break it down. Upon entering, they discover that neither the coach nor any of his luggage is inside, which leaves everyone completely shocked. Alex starts calling out Todd's name all over the train. However, just then, the same ticket collector arrives and tells her to stop shouting because it is disturbing the other passengers on the train. He tells Alex, "I will find Todd and bring him back, just stop shouting." Everyone agrees to the ticket collector's words and goes to sit down in one place. After this, we see Sheldon watching a female passenger who is heading to the washroom to take a bath. He follows her to watch her and starts peeking at her from a nearby washroom. But just then, those two train workers who had burned their passports arrive. They hit Sheldon, knocking him unconscious. Sheldon is then shown in the same operating theater where Dr. Velislava is showing Sheldon's private parts to a man. Following this, Alex, Willie, and Claire are shown, who are getting very worried about their missing friends. They now begin to suspect the train's ticket collector as well, after which they all make the decision to look for their friends themselves. As they search for their friends, we see Claire reach the ticket collector's room, where she discovers that these people have already burned all of their passports. As she searches further, she finds out that these people have burned the passports of many other people as well. However, just then, the ticket collector arrives. Seeing him, Claire gets terrified and tries to handle the situation, but the ticket collector strikes her, knocking her unconscious. On the other side, Alex and Willie reach the very last section of the train, where the door was locked and stained with blood. Therefore, Alex enters that room from the outside of the train and opens the door from the inside for Willie. Here we discover that this is the exact same operating theater where people's body parts are harvested and people are tortured. Willie and Alex also spot Todd's body there, whose eyes had already been removed by Dr. Velislava. However, Todd is still alive and breathing. They also find Sheldon there, whom Willie rescues from a cage and begins to take along with him. But Alex does not want to leave without Todd because he is still alive. Todd, however, begs Alex to kill him because he is in immense pain and can no longer bear it. Alex is unable to bring herself to do it, but Sheldon takes a hatchet and kills Todd in Alex's place because Todd was suffering terribly, and if he hadn't done it, their friend would have died a slow, agonizing death anyway. Right after this, the ticket collector drops down from the roof of the train into that very operating theater room with Claire, where Sheldon, Willie, and Alex were already present. Seeing them all standing there, the ticket collector attacks them, resulting in Sheldon's death. Just then, Alex and Willie try to escape from there, taking Claire with them, but they are unable to do so because the ticket collector takes her away with him. Following this, we are shown Willie and Alex running away and reaching another part of the train, where Alex tells Willie that they must jump off the train now to save their lives. But Willie stops her, saying that if they do that, both of them will be killed. Afterward, they both go and hide in the next section of the train. The train then passes through a tunnel, causing the entire train to plunge into darkness. But as soon as they exit the tunnel, the same ticket collector is standing right behind Alex and Willie. He attacks Willie and begins dragging him away. Seeing this, a terrified Alex runs straight back among the other passengers. She begs them for help, but no one helps her there. Instead, they take her to the same operating theater where they had already harvested Sheldon's heart, which Dr. Velislava was about to transplant into one of her patients. Afterward, those two workers also enter the room and begin misbehaving with Alex, who is locked in a cage. However, Alex kills one of them, escapes from there, and hides in another section of the train. After traveling a short distance further, the train stops at a military checkpoint. Seeing this, Alex feels that perhaps she will be saved now. But just then, the military personnel board the train, accept an envelope full of money from the train's ticket collector, and leave with Claire. Alex can only watch this and weep from the train, as all of her friends are being separated from her one by one, and some are already dead. Following this, the train starts moving again. We are then directly shown a night scene where Alex, disguised, reaches Dr. Velislava's lab, where many patients are already present. She is trying to save them when the train suddenly stops in the middle of a forest. Because of this, Alex has to hide inside the lab. There, Alex notices the nurses taking all the patients into a hospital built in the middle of the forest. Following them, Alex also reaches that hospital, where she sees many wealthy patients. They have also imprisoned Willie there. Alex goes straight to Willie, frees him, and starts taking him along. But while leaving, they spot the same lady from the train whose child had failing eyesight. They also see the child, whose eyes are now completely healed. Looking closely, Alex and Willie realize that the eyes given to the child are Todd's eyes. Following this, both of them understand that human organ trafficking is being conducted here, where wealthy people are easily given illegal treatments. Now Alex and Willie have no choice left but to escape from there. Alex flees with an injured Willie, and they keep running through the forest until morning. However, Willie's condition begins to deteriorate rapidly. Therefore, Alex makes him sit down there and goes ahead to scout the path. As soon as she leaves, those same workers approach from behind, spot Willie sitting there, attack him, and kill him. Alex watches this from her hiding spot. She becomes furious, but at the same time, she bursts into tears because she no longer has a single one of her own people left with her. All these monsters have brutally killed them. Following this, Alex grows even more enraged. She returns to the train and decides to burn it down as soon as it starts moving again. She begins splashing fuel everywhere on the train. Just then, the same ticket collector from the train arrives and attacks her. However, Alex fights back and hangs him to death. Afterward, she resumes splashing fuel throughout the entire train, but Dr. Velislava suddenly appears and tries to reason with her, saying that there are many innocent people on this train whom she cannot just kill like this. But Alex has nothing left to lose now, because all of these people together had murdered everyone she cared about. Therefore, without caring for anyone, Alex shoves Dr. Velislava aside and sets the train on fire, which catches Dr. Velislava in the flames as well. Slowly, the entire train gets engulfed in fire, after which Alex detaches a section of the train, causing a man to fall off the train to his death. As soon as Alex gets off her train to check on him, she discovers that this man is not the killer who murdered her friends. But right then, the actual train killer who murdered all her friends attacks her from behind with a hatchet. Alex evades his attack and begins fighting him, eventually wounding him with his own hatchet and tying him to the train tracks. Shortly after, a train comes by and crushes him to death, allowing Alex to take a sigh of relief. Alex had successfully avenged the deaths of all her friends. Following this, a scene from some time later is shown, where Alex is wrestling. She has not quit wrestling because she had promised Todd that she would never give it up. With this, the movie ends here. We hope you liked this story. For more similar stories, you can check out our channel. It's time to sign off, but we will definitely meet again with another new and interesting story. Until then, thank you.